Okay, we're going to do a law of cosines now. When you have a triangle that is not a right triangle, and you have a side angle side or a side case, the law of sines will not work. But that's okay because we have the law of cosines. Now, these are the three formulas for the law of cosines, and don't worry, it's not something you really have to memorize. It's kind of like a lot easier than it looks like it's going to be. So this is a tedious problem. Well, let's go ahead and get started with it. Okay, I can't use the law of sines because I have one angle and I don't know the measurement of the side opposite of it. But I've got the B here, and I'm looking for this B. I have a 14 and 11, and I need to solve this triangle. So if we're talking about the B's, I'm looking for this B here. I'm going to use the two other legs, A and C, square them, subtract 2 times AC cosine of B. So let me show you how this works. We're going to say B squared equals, and it's A squared, so that would be the 11 squared, plus C squared, that will be the 14 squared, minus 2 times 11 times 14, just using those, and then cosine, and the cosine is of B, so that's the 34. Okay, so B squared equals 121 plus 196, and then multiply negative 2 times 11 times 14. So 2 times 11 times 14 is 308, and it will be negative. So negative 308 cosine of 34. Okay, that's like a whole group of things. All right, so B squared equals, you can only combine these first two. So 121 plus 196 is 317. Minus 308 cosine of 34. All right. At this point, I cannot combine these because that's actually attached to the cosine of 34. We just need to get rid of the square by doing the square root of both sides. The square cancels the square root out. B is alone, and we're going to put all of that under the radical sign. So square root of 317 minus 308 cosine 34. Make sure you're in degree mode, and you probably are going to have to use parentheses. Hit enter, and it's 7.85. I want to go ahead and put down a couple of these numbers so that it doesn't round off too differently. So I think I'm going to use about 4 places. So 7.8521 or 22. 7.8522. All right, that gets me my B. 7.8522. Okay, so now that I have the 34 in the B, I can go ahead and use the law of sines to get one of the other angles. So let's go after this angle A here. So I'll use the sine of B34, and I'll put it over the 7.8522. Equals, I'm looking for the sine of A, or looking for A, so sine of A over the leg opposite of that, 11. Cross multiply, I have 11 sine of 34 equals 7.8522 sine of A. All right, let's divide both sides by 7.8522. And we have sine of A is equal to, put it into the calculator again, 11 sine of, is it a 34, equals divided by 7.8522, which is 0.7834. 0.7834. All right. To get an angle, you have to remember to use the arc button, the inverse. So angle A is approximately equal to arc sine of 0.7834. So second sine, 0.7834, is 51.57. We can now round that off to about 51.6. So angle A is approximately 51.6 degrees. Back over here, put 51.6 degrees in. Now to get the final angle, I can add them and subtract it from 180. So the measure of angle C equals clear 180 minus the 34, and then equals minus the 51.6 equals 94.4 degrees. All right, so there we have it.